Hello there, my name is Farooq and welcome back to my channel. So without further ado, let's understand what we will cover in this video. So let's begin with our Next.js application deployment. Here is my system and code is on my system. So how I'm going to do this? Let's go first inside to the relevant folder. I have put it each and everything here. And here I do have this application. So each and everything has been feeded over here. And now let me first clear it. And then I need to install npm install. But before that, I do the Node 20. So currently it is 18.16.0, but my project definitely will require Node 20. So I will be using, okay, now I do have Node 20. The steps are, and then, sorry, okay, and now, okay, this application has been listening on localhost 3000, and here is my local IP address. So let's verify. Yeah, now this application has been running. It is a simple Next.js application which finds weather. So current city is Dubai. If I put any other city like my hometown, so it's getting the weather perfectly fine. But why I am telling you that this app is Next.js, but I'm showing it on my system, but the thumbnail you have seen is something else. So in today's video, I'm going to show you how you can deploy your Next.js application to AWS using Elastic Beanstalk. So here on my Elastic Beanstalk console, so let's start with it. Go to Elastic Beanstalk, or you could search Elastic Beanstalk over here. So let's open it. Okay, I don't have anything up here. So first I need to create application, and here I have to select web server environment, not the worker one, and put any application name. So let me put weather app application tag. That is fine. This is fine. And then any subdomain. So it would require subdomain as well. So that should be unique. So anything which is unique, that is definitely not unique. Okay, fine. Weather app. This domain is available. That is my surprise. That is a surprise for me. So environment description, you don't need to do anything over here. Platform, as we have used Node 20, so you have to select Node 20 at least. Node 22 is also available, but I'm going to use Node 20. That is fine. And it would be simple application, not using upload your code as of now. And I would use single instance free tier eligible, not using anything else. Okay, just move next. All right, here we do have the role, or I can create a new role. What role is actually? Role is actually a thing, or the user group that allows our EC2 instance that's been created by Elastic Beanstalk to access some sort of things. So here, allowing this role or creating these roles, that will allow Elastic Beanstalk to do anything with our EC2 instances. That is why we require role over here. So I could use any existing role, or I could create a new one. So let me use the existing one, and then I will also show you that what this role does. So for this, to look into in detail, just go to IAM, and then you have to go to role. And what's the role name? AWS Elastic Beanstalk Service Role. So AWS Elastic Beanstalk service role EB1. For example, this is the role name. And then it does have the permission. Role is a group or the user. You may call it as a user, which have certain permissions. We also assign permissions to user, and then that user could do those things. But role are a specific user. So here I do have Elastic Beanstalk enhance help. So that is number one. And number two is this one. So these roles actually are creating by themselves, or I could use a new role as well. So here AWS service role, Elastic Beanstalk, and then Elastic Beanstalk environment. It has been selected. Let's create that. So definitely do these two permissions, these two policies are been added by itself. I'm not going to use any permission boundary. So I'm not going to touch anything over there. So whatever it's been done, it's been done. I'm not going to change anything here. So next, the role name, let's say weather app. Actually, it's not my intention to create a new role, but since I have opened it, so I have decided why not to create this role. So here it's a simple one, create a role. So role has been created. So if I come over here, then here I might have weather app role. So here is the role, and then EC2 instance profile, choose an instance profile with manage policies. Let's see what I have. So here I do have instance profile as well. So I'm going to choose this EC2 EB2, and let's see what it does have. So it has instance profile. So here I do have this role, and what does this role do? Administrator access Elastic Beanstalk. So this instance profile, EC2 instance profile, will be attached to our EC2 instance, and then EC2 instance will have all the relevant access. So let's create another one as well. That's not a problem. It has to be EC2, not the Elastic Beanstalk. Elastic Beanstalk we have created earlier. And then administrator access, Elastic Beanstalk, role name, EB. It could be any name, but I'm just putting this name over here. So what policies? There is no harm to having these policies in it. But definitely if you are creating those roles, then you must use the policies accordingly. So let me compare that what I could use administrator access, and here I do have so many other things as well. So those things are not required, so I'm going to remove it. Definitely those have harms, and I only left this. So what this policy does, it has certain thing, means all the related thing that Elastic Beanstalk would do with this, and it is allowing on this policy. So EC2 instance profile, we only need these two, not these two, only this one policy. Okay, let me refresh and select EB weather. I'm going to use any key pair. No, I'm not going to use any key pair since the EC2 it will be creating. So our weather app will be installed on AWS on Elastic Beanstalk, and Elastic Beanstalk will be created at EC2 instance. And I'm not going to SSH directly from my system. If it would be needed, then I can access from Cloud Shell, and in 90% cases, we do not need to access. Whenever we need to deploy anything, we will be just deploying through Elastic Beanstalk console. So that is the beauty. So you don't have to install anything or configure any EC2 instance, install Nginx, install anything else. Like in our previous video or the first video of this series in which I have configured EC2 instance and install Nginx and uh, do other stuff, and then install PM2, install Node over there. In contrast, here we do not need to do anything. Instead, we need to configure our Elastic Beanstalk, and you can see that it's a very, very simple process. So in this now, we have to select VPC. I have select the VPC. I have only one VPC. It's my testing account. You could have multiple VPC and then you can choose accordingly. And I need public IP address as well. Yes, definitely. And instance subnet. I I just want any of these subnets. So I'm selecting all of it. Do I need database? No, I do not need database. So as this application don't require anything, so I'm leave it. Uh, what should I say? Disable. Next. In here, boot volume. That is fine. Okay. General purpose. 8 GB is fine. In our case, Amazon Cloud Watch monitoring. That is fine. Disable. And then I need to select the security group. That is important because I'm going to install my weather app, and currently my weather app, it's been accessed on port 3000. So on which port I would allow my application to be accessed. So that is why security group is important, and security group will be required to have inbound rule that has to be allowed. So I'm using the default one, and here I do have the default security group. Let me show you what it does in a default security group. So let me go to EC2. Here I have security group, and this one is the default one. Let me open it, and I need to show you the inbound one. So it has the default one has 8080 inbound allowed, SSH inbound allowed, HTTP port 80 has been inbound allowed, and there is another security group, and it allow the all traffic, and then uh, database access. But as of now, we only need port 18 want to be allowed. So port 80, this security group fulfills our need. So if I see the outbound, all thing has been allowed in outbound direction. It's from server to internet, everything has been allowed. And then from internet to server, only port 80 is allowed. Okay, that is fine. Security group is fine. And environment type, single instance, that is fine. And then instance type, I'm choosing T2 small because we need to do npm install and these stuff. So T2 micro is quite small. I mean, sometime it's been stuck. So I'm selecting T2 small, and then you can accordingly select as per your need. And AMI ID, that is fine. Next. Okay, it is saying at least 10. That is fine. Anything else? No, just move next. Okay. So health reporting, I would be using the basic one. I'm not using the enhanced one because I don't want to scale up the cost. So if you would like, then you could use enhance and then provide CloudWatch custom metrics instances and other thing as well. So I'm using the vanilla one, the basic one. And here manage platform update, and since this is the video which is for this purpose, and I'm not allowing anything, but let it be on because if I keep it on, then manage platform, so any platform update if it is required, update level, I could choose the weekly update window, Monday 16:57 UTC time. It will be start patching, and then minor and patch, and then it has patch only. So you could select accordingly. And then instance replacement group, if enable, an instance replacement will be scheduled if no other updates are available. So I'm not going to touch that, and I don't need this also. And here, all at once, rolling updates are disabled because fixed percentage, there are different things that if I'm going to deploy anything, it will be deployed to all instances at once, and then I can choose the fixed percentages as well. And since I'm using uh, the default one and leave as is, health check okay. I'm using the web server. They are calling it the proxy server as Nginx. And then I need to put here the environmental variable. Okay. So what is the environmental variable name? I just need to provide the name because let me stop this application and then just need to clear. And here I do have env.local. Since I'm going to upload my code directly to Elastic Beanstalk, so .env.get, these things are not going to be over here technically. So this is the way how we are going to put the env over there. So this is the key. Something wrong. Okay, that is fine. And then I need to just put the value. And by the way, if you are wonder that from where I'm getting these values, you could watch my first video in this series in which I have shown you that how you configure Next.js application on EC2. So that's it. Then next, invalid option name is space, option name manage option enable. Okay, it is saying the manage option enable. What is that? Leave it. I don't need it as of now. Enhance reporting. So manage option perform require enhance reporting. So if I enable manage thing, then I need to enable the enhance one. So I don't want to do that as of now. So this next. Okay, so this is a review, and a review is fine. But I'm thinking, I think I missed something. So let's verify again. Why the hell this error is coming up? Remove it. So here, instead of the single instance, we have to select the load balancer. This is the thing I forget. So here, minimum instance 1, maximum instance is 1. And then fleet composition is on demand, not the combined one. Uh, and then architecture is this one. And this is fine. Visibility public. And then here load balancer type, it's application load balancer. Since I have selected the load balance here instead of the single instance, so load balancer configuration is automatically pop up. So here is the dedicated one, and my load balancer will be listening on port 80, and processes health check. It would be check the health at slash, means on the root, and that is fine. I am not going to add any loop over here. So that's the step I usually forget, and during this video I forget it again. First, my muscle memory, I need to be corrected. So that's it. We have added each and everything over here, and I'm going to hit create, and create might take some time. So once it's back online, I will be show you the basic application, the default application, not now our uh, weather application will be up and running. Instead, a simple Node.js application that we have selected to show you over here. So it will be appear on this link, but since the health is gray, it has to be available. So once it's been available, I can access the application, and then one by one it is doing each and everything by itself. So if I click on it right now, there is nothing. So it might take some time. So let's wait. Okay, now it is showing instance deployment completed successfully, but health is gray. So that check means after a short while, it would also be green and healthy. But let's check the application is shown up over here or not on this link. Yes, perfectly fine. Now this is Elastic AWS Elastic Beanstalk. Welcome to your Elastic Beanstalk application. That's the simple one. Now we have to work to code our application or deploy our application to this environment. Now it is green as well. So let's go back to our configuration here. Let me clear it. And now how I am going to do that? Okay, that is fine. Let me, okay, I think it is fine now. Okay, so first of all, we required few files or few configuration that need to be over there. Since what I did, once I have run this application on my system, what I did first npm install. This is number one command. And then after that, npm run build. This is the third command, which is building actually. And the third one is npm run start. So these commands I'm giving by accessing the system. But since I have told you when using Elastic Beanstalk, you have to just upload your code over there and you do not need to do these kind of configuration manually. So how we are going to do that? Here, if I check, because I have also put this code onto my Git branch as well. So here I am on EB AWS branch as well. Okay. So here is EB AWS branch. And what I did, if you compare this with my first video or the second video as well, then in that I have added ebextansions.com and I have added this Procfile with capital P. So these one folder, one file I have added over here. So let's look into it, what we have. Let's go inside Elastic Beanstalk and we have build.config, and build.config have these configuration over here. So what it does, npm install and then npm run build. So those initial two commands will be taken care of Elastic EB extensions folder and then inside build.config. So it will build, and then after that, what we have to do, just go back and we have Procfile, which actually run the application, which is npm run start web colon npm run start. In that file we have, but since it is over here and these files are already over there, since EB extensions is over here, okay, and Procfile as well. So I'm not going to do these things again over here, but no, definitely I will definitely do these things here again. But since I am on EB, what should I say? I am on this EB AWS branch. So instead of this, let me create a new branch from the main one. Okay. So if I come to the main branch, there is nothing. These two folders are there. So what should I do? All right. So from here, I have to create a new branch and EB weather. I'm creating a new branch, and then in source, I'm just putting name, create new branch. A new branch is being created, EB weather. So let's check out to this. Okay. And then, okay. Now check git branch. I am on EB weather. So let's clear it. And then check, do I have the ebextansions.conf and Procfile? So these two are not here. So let's create that folder, EB extensions. Let me go back to my code and then here. So let's go inside. I'm just doing these stuff again. And then cd. Okay, now I need to create here a file and then file name it build.config. This file name. Just copy this file name, nano build.config. So this file I have put it over here. Okay. The file extension is .config, but this file has to be, what should I say, in a YAML format. So indentation means it has to be perfectly indented, otherwise this will be giving error. So what I'm going to do, I'm just copying it raw file, and do I have YAML validator over here? So because before this video, I was run this project once. So that is why those things are here. So let's try. It's a valid YAML. Since I have copied and it's a valid YAML, let me paste it here. Okay. And then save this file. Now this file has been saved. This is completely fine. I come to the main folder, and then I have to create here another file directly, which is Procfile. Let me verify the spelling that I have put the right spelling over here. Okay, so I'm in the wrong place. Okay, and then here I do have Procfile, which is Procfile, and here is the content. Let me just copy it raw. Okay, Procfile with capital P. You have to remember, you have to put proc with capital P. And that's it. So we have done it. Let me verify cat.env local. That is fine. So each and everything has been added. Now what I need to do, I just need to push this code to my new branch that we have that I have created in the repository. So just check it status. One folder and one file has been added. So I need to do, just put anything, and then all right. So I have putted my code to EB weather. Let's go to EB weather and recently pushed 16 seconds ago. That is perfectly fine. And then Procfile as well. Now, the simplest step is to zip my code and then upload to Elastic Beanstalk. So we have to zip, but we have to avoid certain folders. Like we do have node modules. It is quite big in size. We do not need to push over there. And then accordingly, .env.local, we do not need to push over there. So you do not need to copy certain things since we have to zip and upload to Elastic Beanstalk, but you do not need to upload env.local or node modules. These things should not be pushed over there. So here is the command, and you can find also description in the link below, and then .git as well. So these things is been avoided. Let me put -1. So this is the new one, and then env.local as well. So what it does mean, zip -r recursively. So I'm standing inside the folder which need to be zip -r, and then // means go outside one step and go to NextJs folder, and then create a zip file. I mean, whether -next.js -app-1.zip, create this file, and then exclude .git node modules .next folder, which is not here, but if I compile the next things over here, then next will be come up. So next, and then env.local as well. So that's it. And now this has been added. Okay. So here is our file. And now I just need to upload this zip file to, but let me copy to a friendly place as well so I can easily browse and upload. So cp weather app-1.zip to documents. That's it. And now get back to our Elastic Beanstalk environment. And here I do have upload and deploy. Right now we have the simple Next.js application page or the node page is coming over here. So upload application, and we do have document, and here is the folder. Okay, and then hit deploy. And again, it might take some time to be deployed. And if you can see that we have just created the environment and just put our code onto Elastic Beanstalk console and start updating the environment. And I have not configured or provisioned an EC2 instance, install bunch of other utilities and software on it, and then run the application, and so on and so forth. So Elastic Beanstalk is the easiest way if you are the developer and you don't want to configure any kind of system or provision any system, and then you have to take care about your code, and AWS will be taken care your infrastructure. So let's wait and let's see how much time it will take to deploy our application. So now it is saying instance deployment completed successfully. Let's see. Okay, that's fine. Now our application is working on this URL. Earlier it was working on my system here. Okay, and now it is working here. So let's see, let's browse that either it is fetching other cities weather as well. Like if I'm going to put any city, let's say Mumbai, that is fine. And any other city like Karachi, that is fine. So this is how you are using Elastic Beanstalk to upload your Next.js application. Simple and straight. And if you like to add any comment, if you would like to ask anything, just comment down below on this video. If you like my content, just thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you.